And welcome to the Redeye stream number 216. It's Quinnspiracy night, and happy Thanksgiving for those of you in America. And fuck off, you dirty Brits! How dare you not celebrate with us? For all of you in the UK, how are you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, doing all right, man.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm giving thanks. I'm not an American.
What? Oh,
he's thankful. He's thankful. He's not an American.
Are you sure about that, Cabby? I mean, I don't have Theresa May running my country.
Well, yes, but we can always change that.
I'm telling you, dude, just lock her up in the Tower of London. Problem solved. You know, it worked in the past. It'll work again.
I think we should bring back hang drawing and quartering just for her.
Oh, you're gonna put her leg on the freaking London Bridge? That'd be entertaining.
Yeah, head on a pike. Yes. Nothing less than she deserves.
Like William Wallace style?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, instead of yelling freedom, she'll be yelling European Union.
Sad but true.
I thought that was pretty good. Thank you very much. No, we're gonna get into some Thanksgiving talk. I want to talk about some of the misconceptions about the first Thanksgiving. We weren't all just we didn't have dinner and then 3 days later go, we should kill those guys that gave us food. It's not necessarily how it worked. But we're gonna lead off with Antarctica, huh? What are those filthy penguins up to, Jensen?
Well, right. Shut up, woman. Right, this is... Sorry, guys, I've got a complete moron here with me. Right, this is from...
Hi, B.
Hi, B.
I want to talk about you should talk about unicorns.
We're going to talk about unicorns later.
Unicorns now?
That's because you want to kill Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, you're going to die.
There's unicorns in Antarctica? I'm losing you here, dude. What's going on?
No, you bastard. You murdered all of the unicorns because they were wearing red socks. How?
They fucking deserved it, those damn Boston lovers. How dare they?
Right.
Aww.
Otherwise, the Dodgers will have no one to lose to.
I don't know if you heard her, but she said, we need the Red Sox. You need someone to lose to.
Oh, okay, B. That's it. Just wait till we get to that wrestling match. Anyway, go ahead, Jensen. Get us back on track.
All right. Discovery of high geothermal heat at South Pole. Scientists have discovered an area near the South Pole where the base of the Antarctic ice sheet is melting unexpectedly quickly. Using radar to look through 3 kilometers of ice, the team has found that some of the ice, covering an area that's twice the size of Greater London, appears to be missing. I think it's the penguins. They're making an underground base. Just my opinion. The results are published this week in the journal Scientific Reports. This new study explains how unusual amount of geothermal heat has melted and continues to melt the base of the ice, resulting in the ice sheet layers above sagging downwards. Simply put, I personally think that we're either A, about to find the Stargate base, or B, and this is the one I'm actually hoping for, Cthulhu is waking up.
Wait, you're not hoping for the Stargate? I mean, I'm pretty down with the whole Stargate idea. But no, why isn't it just volcanoes erupting? We all know that Antarctica is raising year by year, and it's doing that because of volcanic activity.
Oh, yeah.
There's also a site over by the Russian camp where they actually have a warm area in Antarctica where there's actually some greenery and a thawed lake and shit, right? So, I mean, this could be geothermal.
It could be, but the problem is the large area, twice the size of Greater London, that's basically suggesting that the Antarctica has got something similar to what's the name of that bloody volcano you lot of panicking about?
What? It's the Yellowstone super volcano.
Yep, that's the boy. Now, imagine if that's going on under the ice in Antarctica. And there's people sitting there saying, oh, but the ice is melting. Well, yeah, the Earth is melting the ice. It's bugger all to do with the humans. Stop blaming the humans. It's natural. Deal with it.
Well, yeah, one part of Antarctica is starting to melt off while the other is getting thicker and, more ice to it. So
yes, and also it would explain a lot of the extreme climate events that have been occurring. If there is a shift, if you have energy being supplied in one place, right? Because the Earth's a closed system. So if you modify the heating patterns because of a caldera, getting exposed or whatever, then that's going to happen. It's natural. I mean, there's nothing. And humans couldn't possibly do the kind of things that they're claiming that we can do. We're extremely arrogant, really.
But Trump's doing it. It's his fault. The fact,
of course, he is, because Orange Man bad
for thousands of years definitely proves that it's Trump's fault. There you go. There's my SJW. I'm over and done with that now.
It's the Orange Man's fault.
It's always the Orange Man. If in doubt, blame the Orange Man.
Yeah, Tiger Lily. What do you think? Do you think it's geothermal activity? Do you think the penguins are doing it? What?
Well, I think the penguins might be in cahoots with the caldera.
Oh God, don't! Mad, paranoid now.
It's aliens. They have underground bases. Say goodbye to Florida and California.
Would you miss them though?
Well, can we evacuate? Can we evacuate a few people out of California before it goes under? I can think of a couple people.
I'm trying to be good.
But no, I mean, aliens. They always talk about, like, I saw pictures of these caverns that look like a ship could fly into them. Is that the entrance into the Hollow Earth?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well,
isn't it? It's also the underground submarine base for the Nazis, isn't it? Where the penguins are being trained.
See, what no one realizes, Hitler is still alive. He's just had bits of his body modified by the penguin scientists. He's now a 5-foot-tall penguin.
Could you imagine a penguin with a Hitler stash? That's kind of scary.
That is exactly what I'm seeing in my head right now.
Zig Hell.
We need Batman. Oh shit! No.
Oh yeah, where's Batman?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of theories about Antarctica, so I mean, we could actually discuss this topic for quite a bit. What do you think about Antarctica? That old map they found. I shared the link in the side chat. It shows a picture of it. It seems to show Antarctica free of ice, which is really interesting. Then again, I've heard historians and scholars say it's South America turned sideways. Look at it. And they have a point too.
Well, the thing to remember about Antarctica, that back in the day, when MC was, young, first 2,000 to 3,000 years of this planet. Yes, that's right, MC. Hello. But seriously, back then, the Antarctica.
Batman's here, sorry.
Yeah, right. Antarctica actually used to be a tropical heat zone. So, if people were sitting there complaining about the amount of oil that we're running out of, I don't want to break this to them, but Antarctica's got shitloads under it. Why are we not mining it if we're that desperate for oil?
Well, who was it? Was it Bird who said that there was gigantic coal reserves in Antarctica? There was oil in Antarctica. There was gold, silver, lots of shit that's just waiting on us to mine it. And we're not mining it? I mean, it seems kind of silly to me.
Is it too cold, like frozen for drills and shit to go into it?
No.
Yeah, no, they could drill. The Russians actually, they took this frozen lake that's supposedly been frozen for 10,000 years or what have you, and they drilled down inside it, and they're collecting samples from this enclosed ecosystem that could be, you know, millennia old or whatever, and who knows what's down there. There could be dinosaurs down in that bitch still. I mean, who knows?
Or Bigfoot?
Bigfoot? No, it would be a Yeti if it was in Antarctica.
So what you're saying is it's racist, Bigfoot?
Yeah, the white white Bigfoot.
The white Bigfoot.
Oh yes, the white supremacist Bigfoot.
Hey, Batman.
Hey there, Jensen.
Are they joining forces with the penguins?
Yes.
Ow!
Yes,
No,
they're the ones fitting the lasers to the penguins' heads.
They better not be. I don't want laser guided penguins. All right, that's a little scary.
On a serious comment, from what I read, I don't think Antarctica has been unfrozen since there were humans around. In fact, probably before there were humans around.
Then again, there is actually supposed to be an entire city encased in ice down
There's
there.
supposed to be a giant hole in the middle of it, which leads to the hollow Earth as well. But I don't believe that either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, Bird flew in there, even though he was at the South Pole at the time. But you know, whatever. Or no, at the North Pole at the time. But you know, whatever. Bird flew in there. He saw the hollow Earth. It's all real. Get over it.
Burn the pictures
no,
then.
He forgot his camera.
Yeah, and if the Earth were hollow, let's face it, we probably wouldn't have the 1G that we enjoy today.
Well, see, that's the thing. You say that, but consider the possibility that the reason we're 1G is because of the hollow Earth.
No, because if the Earth was hollow, that would mean there's a lot less mass there. Mass is what creates gravity.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But the point is we call it 1G because that is the term we've put to it. If we actually were on, for instance, one of the moons of Jupiter instead of Earth, and were capable of living there, we would treat that gravity as 1G.
Oh, yeah, I understand what you mean. But even though the gravitational pull of the Earth suggests, and it isn't uniform, which it probably would be if it was hollow. It isn't uniform. It varies from place to place, actually, depending on the density of the material. Cabbage would probably back me up on this if he was talking. But if the Earth was hollow, you wouldn't have all that mass there that is actually there now, and the gravitational pull on the surface would be a lot smaller than it. Weaker than it is now, probably be less than the moon.
Ah, but I have a counter to that, sir. There is apparently a section of Antarctica that actually puts out more gravity and affects satellites in space.
You proved my point.
You heard that one?
Yeah, you just proved my point, because I did say that the gravity of the Earth is not uniform.
Yes.
The Earth's always changing, is it not?
Yeah.
Like every 12,000 years.
It's changing as we speak.
Yeah.
There's a measurable movement of the continents. I think it's something like a millimeter a year or something. Well, it's measurable, but yeah, it's neither here nor there for our lifespan.
True. I've got a question for you, Mad. Because as we know, at some point fairly soon-ish, the poles are going to reverse and the south is going to be the north is going to be south. Does this mean you're actually going to stop saying the South will rise again?
Ha 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 ha. But no, the polar shift thing theory is quite entertaining. Weren't they saying that was supposed to happen in 2012, but it never did?
Yeah, I think the polar shift's going to take a lot longer than people realise. It won't be completed in one person's lifetime, and I don't think it'll, be even starting within our lifetime. And Pussy Woman Quinn saying we should get off the trust. Is somebody messing around with Cabbage's internet?
Not me.
Yeah, probably Google messing up.
Yeah, might as well rename him Cabbage Patch Yo-Yo.
Oh, goodness.
Is he back for good this time?
We know Theresa May is trying to stop you from speaking, Cabbage. I'm sure it's very important. Are you back? Nope, she's still got a gag order on the Cabbage.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Ah, he's back. The Cabbage Patch Yo-Yo is back. The hell's been happening? Are you there, mate? And he's gone again.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't know. There's lots of different theories when it comes to Antarctica. What do you think about that map? Do you think Antarctica was free of ice, or is that South America turned sideways?
Probably South America sideways.
Yeah, I had to look at that thing, and I completely agree. It does look more like South America sideways, but there was, like I say, back in the day, apparently it was actually all melted, and it was a tropical rainforest with all of the fun and joys that we remember from like the Jurassic time period.
Yeah,
so
it probably was during the Jurassic period. It was also a lot further north as well, I believe.
Yes, there is. What was it they was calling it? Basically a creep indicating that all of the tectonic plates, because
now Jensen's gone shutty up.
God damn it, Google.
Who will be next? You went silent there for a minute, Jensen, and there goes Cabbage again.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
No, Jason Todd, you are not the best Robin. Carrie Kelly is the best Robin.
Well, no, and Oz in the chat says, maybe the lizard people have a small black hole contained at the center of the hollow earth. You might be onto something there. Because I really do think Hillary Clinton is the lizard person. Now she's coming out saying, hey, EU, you should stop taking migrants. Wait, what happened to Hillary, and where did she go?
Real quick. Sorry, I had to do that. If there was a black hole, even a small black hole in the center of the hollow earth, there wouldn't be a hollow earth. There'd just be a small black hole.
True. Sorry to say, he's right. It's the whole black hole in the center of the earth thing. Even I'm not willing to buy that one. And let's be fair.
And the other ones who say, sorry, Jensen. There's other lots there, these hollow earthers, who say that there's a white hole in the center. White hole, exact opposite of a black hole. Yeah, white hole's the hypothetical. Sorry, opposite of a black hole.
So it spits things out?
Yeah.
It would be the other end of the black hole. The black hole would be sucking in matter, and then the white hole would be spewing it back out.
Yeah, consider the black hole to be the mouth and the white hole to be the arse.
Oh.
Astronomy 101 for dummies, I guess. I never heard it explained that way, Batman.
Hey, Jason Todd's asking if it'd be possible for him to come on in a bit.
Your choice, mate.
And Pussy Woman Quinn is hoping there's a chocolate centre.
Aw.
No, actually, there isn't. There's a chocolate outside, and the centre is like a white creamy bit with a yellow creamy bit in the middle.
Like Willy Wonka's factory in the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, all the Oompa Loompas are there.
Loompa, loompa, loompa dee doo. We're gonna make our dinner with you.
Everything's edible.
Oh, sorry, they're the Jensen Lensons, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Well,
Yep.
Funny enough, Mad, as we appear to have lost a cabbie, that does give us an open slot.
Hi, Cabby.
If you're okay with having Robin on, then I'm good.
I don't know how to reach him. If one of you guys want to DM him the link.
Yeah, I can do it. Mind you, you'll have to get the the spray out because he is undead.
Hey, nothing for the undead. Undead rights matter.
They smell funny.
You smell funny.
No, I smell like I've been washing.
Like I said, you smell funny.
You smell like a fucking bat cave, dude. You've been wallowing in bat guano all day. Come on now, Batman.
I'd like it noted that bat guano is a really useful substance. You can use some of the stuff from that to make explosives.
Really?
Yes.
Cool. I love science.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Make TNT.
Yeah. B is correct. You can actually use some of the crystals from under it, which actually end up as saltpeter crystals, grind them down, add them to two other very common components, whose name I will not mention, though in all fairness, it's not too difficult to work out. And a few minutes later, after being careful, you've got gunpowder. Have fun.
Sounds like a blast.
But no, when you look at I don't know, I've heard a lot of different stuff about Antarctica. Like there's no fly zones where you're not allowed to fly over at all, especially over like the middle of Antarctica.
I haven't heard that. No. The only time there's no fly zones over Antarctica is when the weather's particularly bad.
Oh no, there's actually
Or when the Nazis are landing there, or when the Nazis are landing their flying saucers.
Oh,
that might be it. That's fair. No, as serious, there's actually whole sections that you are not allowed to go anywhere near. It just makes you wonder what is down there, you know?
Oh yeah, that'll be, where you go there and you can actually see over the edge. to the cosmic abyss.
See Australia.
No, the cosmic abyss.
See, I'm wondering.
Wow,
if
the world
Australia
is
is real.
flat. What?
If Australia is real, does that mean it's attached to the turtle's tail? There's a thought.
Kinda.
Well, no, we have this thing called heaters, right? I mean, why not send the refugees to Antarctica? Just throw them up some houses with some heaters. They'll be good. Hydroponics. to grow the food.
No. For two reasons. It costs too much money. Yeah, especially with the heaters. Besides, well, that would be considered an act of war by the penguins.
You don't want to mess with penguins.
No, it's about time we sign a declaration of war with the penguins. I'm sick of letting them get away with everything they've been getting away with.
They'd win.
That is true. And MC's a very bad boy. He shouldn't be in the ratios.
You know, Australia and the Emu War. Wouldn't it be fun if America did declare war against the penguins and lost? Because then even the Australians could laugh at you.
Oh dear.
Australia.
Good eye, mate. And I put another shrimp on the Barbie.
So are the drop bears working with the penguins or not? And if they're not, then let's stick the drop bears on the penguins. We can just handle it that way.
Yeah,
Drop bears wouldn't work in Antarctica.
Too cold.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And no trees to drop off of.
Oh, we can have all the old ladies in the world knit them sweaters. It'll be great.
And they are called drop bears because they drop from trees. I don't want to break this to you, but have you seen Antarctica? Not well known for its trees.
Yeah, they're called Mad. They're called drop bears, not helicopter drop bears.
Well,
Bear Squad.
yeah, we'll turn them into the paratroopers. It'll be great.
What do you mean the bearer troopers?
Oh my God, B's calling the bearer troopers now.
Aw.
Oh dear God. I apologise, my sister, just generally.
You have to do that every day, don't you? I'm sorry. I mean, she's alive, and I can't fix that.
We love B.
She's throwing little toy Batman things at me.
Gotta throw them harder. Throw them harder.
I ain't giving it back now. Fuck that. Oh,
This is where she comes at you with a poker, isn't it?
Oh God, he's giving her ideas.
Yeah.
no.
Just so she doesn't stick it in the fire for 5 minutes and then take you with it.
She's gonna brand them like cattle.
Just the thought of having a little Batman branded on me. No, thank you.
Who the hell is getting Batman brands? Who the hell is your sister? Bloody Ben Affleck.
She just chucked him at my head. She missed, but that's good.
Pussy woman Quinn. It bounced off his tits. It's gone now. That's your sister. Is it?
With my heck. Well, my man boob anyway.
I take it that's your sister.
Yes.
I wonder why I liked her.
Like her because she picks on me. Everyone likes her because she picks on me. I'm abused.
She sunglasses me in the chat, so I like her.
You're abused about the
Excuse me. You was the one that kicked me.
and you bruised me, not you.
Hold on. This bruise that you did, you bruised her. Was this her foot when she kicked you?
Yes.
You shouldn't do that, Quinn.
Wait, it's his fault that she kicked him? Wait a minute.
There's probably a reason.
Nobody's on my bloody side. I'm going to assault. Shut up, woman.
The thing is,
Right.
Quinn, were you trying to cook her at the time?
No, this is the thing. I'm talking to you guys, and she wants the attention and to know.
I don't want the attention. I want
Is this your sister or a cat?
Is there much difference?
Probably Cabbage is back.
Oh,
And I think we go again.
Hello.
Oh,
No, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what happened. Hangouts wouldn't let me back in for some reason. It sort of let me in and then ditched me out.
what's the weather like in your end? Serious question.
It was doing an Omegon's thing too.
Hmm?
People, Omegon's stream, the same things were happening with people.
Yeah, weird. Must be having a glitch.
Yeah, I haven't had any.
Yeah, never mind.
Actually, no, I had problems with my internet this afternoon. That was on an MMO and it kept freezing out. It could be.
Yeah, that's the internet, but this is definitely Google. This is a Google issue. It's a Hangouts issue. They must be fucking with it. Yeah, they always are. Fucking tinkering. Anyway, seems to be working now.
What do you guys think about all these so-called structures people are finding with Google satellite in Antarctica? You got pyramid type structures,
that's it. That's
stuff like
easy.
that.
That's easy. Human beings see patterns even when there are no patterns.
True.
That's all it is.
It looks like a goddamn pyramid, dude.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, but a lot of it can be because of light and the way light, reflections and things, especially in somewhere with, a lot of snow and I mean, you could get some very odd shapes being sort of projected up back off a surface. I mean, it's very hard to tell.
Face on Mars.
Um,
Exactly. Face on Mars.
No,
I mean,
it's not a prime. No, that's not a prime example. Fuck that. The face on Mars, they went through once, and then they had to wait until they came back, and they took the photo from a separate angle with a different time of day and everything else. They did not set up the experiment the exact same way.
Yeah, and also a better camera.
Yeah, and nothing like a face. That actually proves the point, though.
No, it doesn't prove anything. You have to repeat the scenario. Scientific method, man.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, it's not like we have to go to Mars for this one. We can just actually get on a fucking skidoo and go down and check it out.
Yeah.
James Maxwell says, "Okay, Alex Jones. Yeah, they're turning the damn frogs gay."
Well, if James Maxwell's anything you can go by, they've already turned the hamsters gay.
Hey, hamster.
But go ahead and make your argument, because I don't think they took the picture from the same angle, maybe not even the same fucking spot, really. That's photographing.
Experiment. Yeah, if you take it from a certain angle and it looks like a face, then to prove it is a face, take it from a different angle, a different time of day. And if it still looks like a face, then it's a face. If it doesn't, it's an optical illusion.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty basic stuff.
Yeah.
No, usually you want to repeat it exactly and try and multiply your results, and then
yes, but if you repeat it exactly, then you won't prove the fact that it's an optical illusion, because all you'll do is reproduce the optical illusion. What you need to do is do it at separate occasions to see whether or not it's consistent. If it's not consistent, then it must be an optical illusion.
Exactly. And by your argument, Mad, if I'm lying there on a sunny day, looking up at the clouds, and I see a castle, that really is a castle.
No, because if you lay there on the next cloudy day and the same time of day and you see a form of clouds, you're not going to see a castle.
Yeah, that's a very bad analogy.
Yes, I will, because...
no, you won't, because you won't have the same
cloud patterns won't be the same. Yeah, the cloud patterns will be different. This is actually something solid. It's solid and it's fixed, right? I mean, we're talking about
the same castle. It won't look the same, but I'll still see a castle. But
yeah, well,
yeah, you're probably right, Cabbage.
Yeah, I think you're backing yourself. I got out of my hole and you're dropping into it.
You haven't got your hole yet.
But it's like I said, I mean, what's the problem? Get on a fucking skidoo. It's not like we haven't been to the South Pole before. You know, I mean, Scott's been down there. I mean, he's still there, actually. I think, isn't he, somewhere? Have they ever found him?
Well, yeah, because they found the diaries and everything, didn't they?
They found the diaries. Doesn't mean
they found the diaries, not him.
I think they found him. The one they didn't find was Captain Oates. He was the one who left the tent, so that.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, sorry, that's the one I was thinking of. Yes, I'm going out for a walk. Maybe sometime. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is,
chap I was thinking of.
The thing is, he had a lucky break. He went out and he hit this slope, went sliding down, and found this other Norwegian expedition and ended up in the Bahamas somewhere.
Oh, well, that's a nice break, isn't it? It's good. Toasty. Get rid of some of that. The gangrene or whatever.
Once you hit a certain stage of hypothermia, though, you start to feel hot. It's really weird.
So that's it. He didn't actually. He was just hallucinating. He thought he was in the Bahamas. He was actually on the Falklands.
Yeah, Chris, that's a bad place to end. James Maxwell is trying to say that perhaps we are the survivors of the destroyed civilization of Mars. Bollocks. Our biochemistry and our DNA would be entirely different to every other species.
Yeah, but no. Ancient alien theorists do believe this. So,
Yeah,
I mean...
you've just shot yourself in the foot if you try to support that.
But aliens.
It has to be aliens.
Everything's alien.
I mean, aliens. The greatest difference genetically between us and any other life form on the planet is about 50%, and I think it's a banana.
Oh no, it's more than that. We're about 80% banana.
No, I say I think the greatest difference, not similarity.
Batman.
I got a banana.
Yeah.
MC is joking in the chat, but I'll take this a step further. He says we brought all the plants and animals with us. We're kind of doing that right now. There's a big seed dispository, or whatever,
Yeah,
where we're putting all the seeds
in the North Pole.
Yeah,
yeah, but no, even if they brought all, even bring we brought all the plants and animals with us. Thing is bollocks because of the fossil record.
What?
Well,
You
yeah,
mean the
'cause I
fossil
mean-
record full of lizards that we're not related to in any fucking
Yes,
way?
we
Yeah,
are.
that fossil record.
So wait, question: was
Hold on,
Noah's Ark like a giant spaceship then?
And hold on, Matt. Yes, we are. There are reptiles in the fossil record that are the ancestors of mammals. It's clearly proven.
No. Mammals came out of lizards, not the other way around. Because the lizards were there
I
before.
just said the ancestors of mammals, not the descendants.
Ah, right, okay.
But the dinosaurs are the ancestors. Are the ancestors of birds. That's proven. The fossil record just proves that we are a native of this fucking planet.
One
Just
day,
like everything else.
one time, you were basically nothing more than a protozoan, going back in your heritage. All the way back down your entire family chain, you end up with one little protozoa.
Well, technically, at one point we were all stardust. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Oh my God. Carl Sagan in the house.
Yeah.
Actually, true as well.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm gonna pull a memes here since he's not here to do it. So what you're saying is we could have came from Mars.
Hold on.
I like stars.
Cabbage with Jensen saying that it's only Carl Sagan in the house if he burps.
I neither confirm or deny.
Because his body was never found.
It's always a cop out.
Hey, if you can
Carl
go
Sagan.
in things, that's your problem, not mine.
Carl Sagan's body was never found. I didn't know that anyone had lost it.
Quinn didn't.
I know. Well, at least the remains.
I don't think Carl Sagan does either.
It's Thanksgiving in the Quinn household. We got some Sagan. You want the light meat or the dark meat?
I don't think.
Okay. Fuck Sagan. Let's go Von Daniken. Let's go Von Daniken. Let's go full fucking retard.
Are we really going to go Children of the Stars here?
No.
Really?
No Chariots of the Gods.
There are some who believe that life here began out there.
Well, ancient alien theories.
Wait. I'll believe it. I'll believe it when somebody unearths a rusted Cylon.
Wouldn't that be a cool day, though? That would be so fucking cool if they ever did. But then you just think that, they just made it. They're just, it's a prop.
That would be something to do with a time machine. Yeah, go back in time and put a fucking a mock-up Cylon in fucking Tutankhamun's grave, or tomb rather.
Well, actually, you say about the time travel thing. Did you hear about the fossilized mobile phone that they apparently found?
Oh, they found tons of stuff.
Yeah, like a pocket watch and
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's that. There was it, the Antikythera thing or whatever, which is
it's always in like limestone stuff and that. And the thing about limestone is, you drop a pot watch in, say a lime quarry, and leave it there. The lime will cover it, and it will look like it's been there millions of years.
Well, yeah. I mean, look how quickly stalactites, stalagmites fall. I mean, it's a drip process. Depending on the amount of liquid that's going over them, then they can get pretty big pretty damn quick. You can build an entire column in a couple of years just from dripping. So it doesn't really prove a great deal.
Well, real quick, James in the chat says, at the Batman, we've gone. I'm gonna edit it a little bit there, James. We've gone from horse and buggy whip to flying to the moon in less than 100 years. Solar system travel is already possible in 1 century.
No, solar system travel isn't possible at the moment. We don't have the wherewithal to do it. We should have, but we don't.
Well, do we know that we do or we don't? Because the problem is that most military developments and the the sciences which are occurring are are done in in
Yeah.
behind closed doors. So, especially, I mean, anything military, we would never know. Like, for example, like the stealth bomber. And that was in development all the way through the 1970s. Same thing as stealth fighter, but nobody knew about it for what, 40 years?
Yeah, the first stealth fighter we knew about, stealth bomber really, was the Blackbird. And when that was released in the 70s, those two pilots, they became international superstars.
Same thing with the V2. When the V2 was out there. I mean, there's an awful lot of science, and most science really when you're looking outside of, because we're looking at consumer, like what's available right now, what we can actually utilize. But in terms of the theoretical stuff that's out there and the things that people are tinkering with, they're like 50 years ahead of what's actually, I mean, what they could theoretically do. I mean, what they're not necessarily manufacturing at the moment, but they can do an awful lot of quirky shit.
Oh yeah, I had an argument with somebody, idiot millennial recently, who was arguing that the space race was pointless and useless. We would have been better off without it. I had to comment to him, if we didn't have the space race, you wouldn't be sitting here arguing with me on the internet.
Well, the guy that owns Virgin Records, isn't he building spaceships for celebs and different rich people to travel?
Virgin Galactic, right? Richard Branson.
Oh, the Nolan's clone.
Yeah.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah. Only he looks like
the thing is, but the funny thing is, right? There's never like you can have a Mile High Club, right? You know what the Mile High Club is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you can't do it if you go into orbit. It doesn't work.
B asked me to ask you, Cabby, can you please explain the Mile High Club? She's never heard of it.
It's where you will have intimate relations on an aeroplane at a mile high.
You mean kissing?
No. Slightly more penetrative than that.
And it only works between a man and a woman.
It's anal.
Could be anal, could be. Depends on the lady.
That's it, Cabbage. There are. I remember reading this somewhere. NASA does.
Why you'd want to do that, though? I don't understand. It's just
NASA does have protocols for sex in space.
They've tried, but it's basically what it amounts to is a bungee cord wrapped between, like, underneath your crotch and stuff. It's hardly going to be romantic. You got to basically buckle in.
or the consenting couple in one of those adjoining sleeping bags.
No, it still wouldn't work. You actually need something which is going to recoil you back in. It just doesn't work. You have to have an additional, source. You got to push away from each other. Sex in space is just not really feasible. It's not going to happen.
until the day we see the Mir space station starts spinning, then we know that the scientists on board are having a bit of a hair.
There you go. If you can create artificial gravity, then but it ain't gonna happen in 0G.
Well, why don't we use centrifugal force to create artificial gravity on the International Space Station?
Because you need some external reference points, so you just go dizzy as fuck in a minute.
Well, there'll be ways to do it. So just I don't think they really got the engineering to do it safely at the moment. And besides, how are you going to dock with a spinning satellite?
Well, you have thrusters to slow it back down, right? So you can dock.
That's going to be awfully expensive every time the fucking supply shuttle turns up.
Does no one ever remember playing Elite? Did nobody play Elite? And that's the whole point. Docking procedure. You had to rotate as you were coming in. I
was really happy when I bought the docking computer.
Oh yeah, everyone wanted that. Yeah, but by Christ, how many lives did you lose just to get to the point of getting a docking computer?
Have you got Elite Dangerous yet, Cabbage?
No, mate.
Oh, you want it? It's basically the same game, only It's modernized for a modern computer.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll check that out. Yeah, I used to love that game. I was addicted to it.
Okay, and
Trading.
What are you talking about?
Elite was a game. You know that, and it was basically
wire graphics.
Yeah, it was yeah, literally wire graphics without even hidden line removal. It was very, very basic. What was it on? It was on the Commodore 64, wasn't it?
I
think it was on the
Commodore 64. It was definitely on the Spectrum.
Well, it was on the 64 because that's the one I had, right? So it was on the ZX as well. And it's basically it's a space trading game. You go from one place to another. You've got different kind of factions, and you've got to pick up, you know, different materials and try and sell them for a profit at different places. I mean, that's fundamentally what it is. And then you shoot shit up, and you can collect, like, you know, wreckage if you shoot another spaceship, so you can pick up metals and
you need
their cargo.
You need to have to buy the special attachments for that, though.
No, you've always got the cargo scoop.
That's right.
So you get if they blow up, then you can pick up their cargo.
You had to buy that in the version I had.
Not in the original. Came with the ship. You got stiff, mate.
No, it was probably the version was probably different. Either that or I'm remembering it wrong. Or you are. One of the two.
Pretty sure. But yeah, anyway, it was a good game. Of its day, you know, but it was addictive. Yeah, I suppose it was a sort of Farmville of its day, I suppose. Candy Crush.
But it's funny because the Spectrum one, they had this special security system. So that if you
color code.
No, it wasn't that. It was because it was black and white. It was you had this lens that came with the game, and when the game loaded in, to actually play it, you had to read a code off the screen. But the only way you could read the code was by using the lens.
Yeah, that was the Spectrum way. On the Commodore, what it was you got a code that came up, and it was part of a grid, a color grid that you got with the game, and so you had to select the color that was that the the numbers referred to, like the coordinates. So it would be B7, or and so that would be D9 would be. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like that, but that.
It's funny though, those old security systems like that. I think in a lot of ways they have a distinct advantage over modern computerized security systems.
Why?
You can't hack them, for one thing.
Fair play. Yeah.
Oh no, you can. You just go in and hack out the code that actually even asks you. That's what I had. I had a copy that didn't even ask you for the code.
Yeah, well, fair enough then.
Simple.
Just shoot me fucking arguments down then. That's it, I'm rage quitting. I'm going around your house, Cabbage, I'm going to sort you out.
Filthy hoover.
And I'm bringing the Newcastle Away Supporters Club with us.
Well, by the time you get here, you'll be too fucking drunk to know what the hell, why you arrived in the first place.
Drunken Geordies are the worst kind.
Exactly, but forgetful drunken Geordies are not a problem.
They are if you give them a fiver. Besides, like I said, I'm bringing Jimmy Neal as well.
Oh God,
he's dead yet?
That's just cruel.
He's been dead for a long time. Just nobody dare tell him.
Yeah. Anyway, nobody knows what we're talking about. That's so. Anyway, back to what was it? Penguins and
actually, the chat is going on and on about UFOs and how all the recent UFO sightings have mostly been secret military projects.
I think some of them probably have, but the vast majority of them, I would say, are just observer error. Most people don't really know what they're looking at when they look up at the night sky. For instance, satellites. The planet Venus if you catch it early enough. Hell, the planet Mars even. Those planets twinkle stars do.
Yeah, but there have been an awful lot of things which are spotted by pilots, and they are trained to know these things.
Yeah.
And I mean, and also things like the police, not necessarily, I suppose, but And the thing is that most of these sightings tend to be at night anyway, which is when they obviously they want to test in the night when nobody's going to be able to spot it. So, and you lose all perspective from the ground. So it doesn't matter who you are. You could be the best pilot. You could be anyone. And from the ground, you have no perspective. You don't have depth perspective at all, unless you have a very specific reference point.
Yeah.
So
that's why I say most of these sightings will be observer error.
I mean, I remember seeing one video which said that it was a UFO. It was a good clickbait actually, because it was this UFO and it looked like it was floating around, you know, like it was, you know, all over the place. And then it turned out it was actually one of those fireflies. But it looked really convincing.
I remember seeing a video on YouTube a few years ago, UFO sightings over Brazil, I think it was, and it looked fantastic. And I was thinking this would be in the news, and I found out they'd actually got and used footage from a science fiction film which had failed partway through production.
And have you noticed as well that the sightings of UFOs also after a major blockbuster of about, you know, like Independence to be, you know, you get some big blockbuster about science fiction UFOs, and next thing you know, everyone's seeing them somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Look how easily people are manipulated. I mean, fucking hell, H.G. Wells, you know, The War of the Worlds. Look what that did. People actually committed suicide.
Yeah.
I mean, people are pretty fucking stupid.
You're not that old, Tiger.
I remember hearing that. Wasn't it something on the radio and people thought it was real?
That's actually blown out of all proportion. It was a very small amount of people who actually believed it. Okay. In reality, but yeah, it got blown out of all proportion because it makes a better story. But yeah, you're right.
Actually, can I throw a bit of a tangent as we're doing the old quinnspiracy thing? Have you guys heard, and I'm expecting the entire collection of stupid comments to come floating, but have you heard about the strange noises that are being heard around the world?
Oh yes, these booms. Yeah,
the buzz of the
big booms.
Any thoughts?
Well, it reminds me of the old woodpecker signal. You remember that? Going back to that one. It was meant to be this wood. It's they called it. I think it was called the woodpecker signal. But it was like a particular frequency that was being pumped out. They claimed it was coming from Russia or something. I don't. It's all. Oh yeah, it's an old one. It's but yeah, conspiracy theories are as old as time, aren't they? You know, I mean, that's what mythology is, right?
One thing I've noticed about what Jensen's on about is just about all of these things. They're reported by people who live in cities. I mean, consider the amount of noise that's generated within a city, and the amount of surfaces there are for noises to for sound to bounce off.
Reverberate off. Yeah, they can reverberate.
Distorted by. That's the important thing. Sound, the more it bounces off, off surfaces, it distorts.
But there was one which apparently went on repeatedly, and it's like for 2 minutes. Though I mean, it's a boom, because there was that one that they claimed was Concorde flying over, wasn't there? And then so that they could figure out most of them were Concorde, but then there was about like a third of them or something which that didn't apply because there was no Concorde in the area at the time. But these booms lasted for quite an extended time. It wasn't just a single like boom, boom.
Yeah, but there's in parts of New Mexico and in Mexico, there's this hum that residents can hear that never goes away. It's like
that's what happens when you have. That's what happens when you have a refried beans in your diet.
Yeah. No, that hum that never goes away. It's obviously the caravans.
It's the refried beans, mate. I can guarantee you.
I don't know. I would have to move out of there if I heard that shit constantly. Like that would just annoy the crap out of me. I couldn't hear like a constant hum, like a high pitch hum.
I know what this constant hum is. It's South America. They're really in it. It's Mexico, so like just about. It's mosquitoes. It's
They call it the
mosquitoes.
silent. What is it? The zone of silence or some shit like that, where you can hear the hum and also GPS won't work. Your radio blacks out. You can't use cell phones at all. It's just this dead zone out in the middle of the desert.
Well, yeah, that's not surprising. In the middle of a desert, you don't get a fucking phone signal.
Yeah, Cabby, I'm saying even a satellite. No, first off, there's cities out there. Second, even like a satellite phone won't work.
Well, I'd like
sat phones work in fucking Antarctica, for God's sake, dude.
I would like to see that, that experiment reproduced. It could be the guy just had a really shitty one, or he hadn't paid his bills.
It's a little
how expensive are sat phones anyway? They have to be fucking expensive.
Oh yeah, and your calls per minute. They ain't cheap. Yeah, sat phone for a minute, it's sort of like
hey, hold on, can anybody smell rotting flesh?
$5 a minute. $5 a minute, on a satellite phone.
Can anybody smell? Can anybody smell rotting flesh? Oh, all right there, Jason.
Shut up, Batman.
Hey, Jason.
Hello.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
I do.
So yeah.
Jason.
So now, freedom pet.
Yeah. So anyway, the noises. But there's a place where they got the crabs, isn't like with these crabs that they snap their claws at such a speed that it makes it breaks the sound barrier when they snap their claws. And when they all congregate for breeding, they make such a noise you can hear it in from villages like a mile inland. All these crabs basically like snapping their claws trying to get laid. Like, keep it down, you're upsetting the neighbours.
Oh man.
Well, actually, carry on with the whole sound thing. What about the trumpets that people are claiming they're hearing? You heard about that?
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah, well, it's their fault for living next door to a brass band, isn't it?
Yeah. Are they Welsh miners?
Or Salvation Army. How come?
I hear trumpets everywhere.
One thing I want to know: how come there isn't a Salvation Air Force?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they floated away. They tried. They couldn't get them back.
That's the Salvation Navy.
They put them in a Zeppelin. It was last seen over the Antarctic. There's a bunch of fucking suffragettes teaching that. There's a bunch of suffragettes down in the South Pole.
Hey, technically,
teaching the penguins about misogyny.
Technically, the Salvation Army are breaking the law because technically they're a paramilitary organization.
Well, yeah, all right. But anyway, they're teaching the fucking penguins to be misogynist. Oh, sorry, not to be misogynist. Because the last thing we need is a misogynist penguin, even though it actually, even though it does most of the incubation of the egg, goddamn misogyny, it's everywhere.
Oh, God, now I've just got images of male penguins getting sick of it and playing football with the eggs.
Yeah, we might as well get hung for a sheep as well as a lamb. Fuck it. We're going to be accused of it. We may as well do it. A bunch of MGTOW penguins. So penguins and MGTOW penguins in their little camps.
0 content, very good, cabbage bad.
Oh my god.
Hey,
chicks come back. Where's my eggs? I don't know. You finding yourself. I'm going fishing.
Hey, it is what I do for science fiction conspiracy movie that it turns out the feminists and the MRAs are both from the same alien race and they're trying to wipe humanity out by attrition, by stopping us from breeding.
Cool.
What are you babbling about?
Yeah,
Made a good film, that.
it would
Was
actually.
it? Really?
Yeah.
Actually, as we're talking about penguins, did you hear about the 2 homosexual penguins? Which zoo was it? Wait. In Sydney Zoo in Australia, they've actually got gay penguins looking after eggs.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, they do have Clementine.
Hang on, when they say they're gay,
Yes.
that makes it, I mean, by what basis? I mean, do they actually try and fuck each other? Or are they just, like, lethargic and just sit on eggs? Because, you know,
No,
that's
they're
just
actually
what penguins do.
mate.
Yep. The male penguins will spell each other with the eggs.
Yeah.
You hear about the 2 gay Irishmen?
Yeah.
Bend over, fill the cavity.
No, that's the 2 gay Scottishmen. I'm talking about Patrick Smytle and Michael.
Ah, the other 2. Okay.
Yeah.
But seriously, Cabby, I'm not actually joking. In Sydney Zoo, there are 2 homosexual penguins that actually have an egg that they have successfully hatched. They obviously adopted.
No, that doesn't mean.
You know, the thing is, they wouldn't have been gay if they weren't in captivity. You let them actually be out in the wild. You know what I mean? Then they'd have probably been quite happy getting, you know, knobbing away. You know, but then again, I mean, penguins are monogamous, aren't they? They mate for life.
Yeah, and
isn't that only a certain breed of penguins, like the king penguin or some shit like that?
it's all penguins, I think.
I don't know.
I thought it was all. Yeah.
But,
well, hashtag not all penguins.
That
you
doesn't
know?
mean gay because
You can't get labeling people.
Yeah, because that doesn't make them gay because male penguins will, they'll look after another penguin's eggs for them. It happens.
Well,
Like,
you know,
yeah,
that's
like
just being
take turns.
neighbourly. That's just being neighbourly.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's one of the penguin's younger, older offspring.
Well, James in the chat says the aliens are making the damn penguins gay now.
There you go. Well, actually, maybe it was maybe the frogs got down there and
No,
it's Alex. To them.
It's Alex Jones who got bored with the frogs. They kept falling off his dick.
Oh no, I blame frog influences. They got him with a bad crowd.
Well, you know what the
penguins are not naturally gay.
Yeah, don't lick toad, kids. Don't lick toad.
The nematode.
Hamsters just put a thing in. It's for Mad and Batman. They might want to take note of it.
Yeah. I don't know who Global Man is. I don't even know who Georgia Free is. I usually pretend I don't know who Robin is, but
Well, you gotta claim Robin. I mean, that's your sidekick. But no, I'm not sure who they are either. But boxing is bad, okay? So don't do it.
Yes, Mad. Robin's my sidekick, but not this one. He's a voodoo curse.
Oh.
And also, I fucking hate this guy's guts.
I don't hate your guts. It's your central nervous system I hate.
If I could, I would creep up behind you while you were asleep and slit your throat.
Yeah, but the stench of rotting flesh would wake me, and the flies would probably wake me up.
Where's Alfred when you need him? We need a moderator here.
I know, right?
So that's seen that old cunt. We don't know where he's gone.
We need an Alfred signal.
Actually, Mad.
I was in the stream earlier on. Everyone spoke to him earlier on, but that's about it.
Mad. B's had a brilliant idea. We can have Batman and Robin tag team partners. You get Robin, she gets Batman. All nice and fair. What did you say? In the big Jello fight.
I win.
No, you don't. Stop stealing my lines.
Fuck Batman.
Wait, can I be the referee?
Yeah. Hold on, Tiger. Don't make me go get the crowbar.
No, you've got to be the lady that does the
Not the
you know, the thing
crowbar.
between rounds with the numbers, you know.
Oh yeah,
Between
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hit the
you've got to
bell.
be the eye candy.
Yeah, definitely.
Ding, ding, ding.
We need some eye candy.
And don't forget, Tiger, you're making the Kool-Aid for everybody.
Oh
And the
yes, the grape
sandwiches.
drink. The sandwiches.
We need sandwiches too. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on it. I'll
Nice.
get my ass in the kitchen where I belong.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
I want to see you in the kitchen.
I want to see you back in the cemetery.
I want to see you back in the old folks' home.
Like, why did you leave the old folk?
What the fuck is going
Go and
on?
visit.
Hey, Batman. James says you need to waste more of your life on YouTube. You're not doing it enough, man.
Oh my God!
Oh, James.
Out. Batman
Mr. Von Maxwell, please stop with the gay tunes.
on the internet.
Oh dear.
Apparently, the devil finished Turkey early this year. Right, that's one country that won't be joining the EU then.
Oh.
Fuck you, you Turkish bastards.
Well, as we are now talking about Turkey, I believe this is a good time for Mad to segue into.
Do you gobble?
I'm guessing Mad's busy.
Well, no. You want to talk about Thanksgiving? Why'd you send your damn freaking Protestant fucking bastards over here? Couldn't you keep them? Could have sent cool people like the ones that colonized Virginia. What the hell's wrong with you?
Protestant work ethic is what built the place. The Catholics just fucking rode on the shirt tails, lazy cunts.
Yep.
Fucking Catholics.
And they also got drunk and had fights.
Hey, gotta take communion.
Oh yeah, and if there were men wearing black dresses, they usually did nasty things to children.
You're meant to sip the wine, not fucking take a crate.
Oh,
That's what
shut
I've
up,
been doing
Cabby.
wrong. Whoops.
The blood of Christ. Father, I didn't know Jesus' blood was whiskey.
just don't go in there and wash your hands in holy water. They frown upon that.
Oh,
They don't
tell
like
me
you-
to do that.
They don't like you pissing it. They don't like you pissing in the font either. That's a definite no-no.
Aren't you glad that Quinn is a Catholic priest? Can you imagine? Here's the flesh of Christ. Hold on, this looks like real. Tastes like pork.
Yeah, there's a potluck afterwards.
Back to how it's meant to be. The whole Christian religion is all about eating bodies and drinking blood. I'm just trying to bring religion back to how it should be.
Traditional values.
Yeah, screw all this allegory crap. Like, go for the real body of Christ.
Yeah, let's go full on literal.
I think it's probably a bit off by now.
You see, that way you end up with fucking what was it called? You know, the film with the eating all the people. The
Soylent Green.
Yeah, you end up with the Soylent Green situation, which I'm sure Quinn would love, but you know, it's not healthy. Most cannibal places end up dying off because you know the
Kuru.
You get the diseases of the person that you're consuming. It's not healthy.
Well, Kuru comes from eating the brain. Just don't eat the brain, and you'll be golden.
No. It's to do with the particular enzymes which are much more easily absorbed, which is why mad cow disease got passed on to human beings. There is a particular type of chemical which can be
prions, I think they're called.
Prions, that's the one, yeah.
But any nervous tissue.
What sick bastard was feeding their cows cow? That's like, hey, you know, piggy, have some bacon.
Or feeding chicken.
Well, yeah, but yeah, they do. That does happen.
Feeding vegans.
It really does happen.
Hey, there's the thing. You could eat vegans. They're not really human.
Vegans to vegans. Fucking hell.
Not as bad as you think.
If you did that enough, it would be like the ultimate soy boy. You could create like the super soy.
Like when you look at the time machine, that's the ultimate answer, isn't it? Yeah. Eventually, the vegans will turn into the Eloi, and the rest of us will be Morlocks, because the Morlocks ate the Eloi.
Yep.
And the Eloi were vegans.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They only ate the fruits and nuts and things like that, didn't they? Yeah.
Yep,
well,
they were all like large, very healthy people with very small brains, just like every other domesticated cattle.
Yep.
Well, there's a lot of problems with the plot of that story that I won't get into, but yeah, because I mean, number one, who's maintaining the equipment, which is meant to be the Eloi. The Morlocks are down below maintaining the equipment, so it's actually the Eloi are meant to be the most intelligent ones because they have this pure life and everything else. But that's why they sacrifice one of theirs every now and then.
It wasn't one,
for the Morlocks. Well, they have their ceremony to send them down.
Yeah, if you watch the film's a lot different to the book, isn't it? Because the books,
oh yeah,
the book's quite boring.
No, the book's really interesting. It gets into more of the more issues and stuff.
I thought the book was more of a travel.
No, it's a good book.
Have you heard that they're going to make a film of that again soon as well?
Oh God! Well, a third time they're going to a third remake. The original is still the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Still stand by the original.
Is that I would enjoy the original and the one they made afterwards. I can enjoy them, but I don't really want to watch a third incarnation of it. It's a bit too much.
Especially in this day.
Come on. We all know what they did with the second time. I mean, they fucking bastardized it. It was unbelievable. They fucking murdered that.
I like that Malcolm McDowell time machine one. Yeah, time after time. He actually plays H.G. Wells, who's invented a time machine, which gets stolen by Jack the Ripper. They end up in 1970s Los Angeles. It was actually quite a good.
I think I remember that. I think I've seen it. Yeah, it does ring a bell.
But
anyway, but the original is still, the black and white is. Well, no, it wasn't black and white. It was actually colour, wasn't it?
It was colour. Rod Steiger. But
it was just very sort of it was very bled. It wasn't Panavision or something like that.
The biggest plot hole in the original was they kill all the Morlocks, but they only kill all the Morlocks in that area. I mean, they would have been worldwide.
Yep.
In fact, in the book, there were.
Like I said, the book is much more interesting than. I mean, the original film. The book is still obviously the best. It's like reading Captain Nemo. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, that was.
You can't beat the book.
I enjoyed reading that.
But even the first movie was pretty good. But then they tried to remake that too, and look with it again. What they tend to do with these things, fuck them up completely.
The original book Nemo was actually an Indian prince, wasn't he? Well, that's what it must be.
I think so. Yeah.
That's why he didn't like the English.
Was he?
Yeah.
No, he was. He was an Englishman because it was.
He was in the film.
He was using all of this. It was the steam power and everything else. I mean, all the technology. And it's not like the fucking Indians were going to be inventing that kind of stuff back in the day.
Wait.
You can barely rub sticks.
You're on a boat.
Oh, bloody hell.
You're on a boat written in the 19th century by a Frenchman. Of course he's going to pick. Of course he's not going to be.
Jules Verne. He was a bit of a dick, wasn't he? He probably just did that to spite us. Yeah, twat.
More than likely.
Well, no, you brought up the Indians, so we'll roll on with the Thanksgiving theme. I was reading an article earlier.
Wrong kind of Indians.
Well,
Yeah,
kind of
well.
Indians, yeah.
Oh well. We're going with Christopher Columbus.
One little, two little, three little Indians, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Indians.
But no, I was reading an article.
East Indians.
Oh, bloody hell. Surrounded by a bunch of fucking people from an island. Okay. But no,
sorry, mate, what were you saying?
I read an article earlier today pretty much saying that white Europeans came over here and gave the Native Americans a bunch of diseases. As in, we handed them smallpox. It was like, here, eat this. I mean, that's not exactly how it fucking happened.
Yeah, there's this fucking Mohican walking down the forest, and he sees this white guy leaning up tree and goes, "Psst, hey, want to buy some smallpox?"
But no, it's ridiculous. It's as if they're saying we planned on it. It's not like they knew back then that when it's a closed ecosystem like North America pretty much was, they were separated from Europe, then foreign germs will spread rapidly through a population that has no immunity. They didn't know that.
We got diseases back off them as well. I think a lot of STDs came from there.
Expect. Yeah, but I mean, look how many people who went over there. You know, I mean, especially the Spanish conquistadors going into South America and into the southern parts of America. The amount of malaria that they got, but the natives were pretty much. I mean, they had a degree of resistance to it. And I mean, there's plenty of other things that happened to the people who went over there.
Yeah, like you get an Inca wandering out of his hut and see this conquistador going, "What the hell are you doing to that llama?"
Oh my god.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, it's already, Columbus Day is going out of style. Now Thanksgiving isn't okay anymore. I mean, what the hell's going on to American culture as a whole, really?
Culture?
Well,
did you have one? When did this? Nobody notified me.
What? God, you roboted Bambi there, Cabbage.
I want to say on the original Thanksgiving that you celebrated the Indians because they helped you not starve to death, and then what happened? You went around and slaughtered them all.
Yeah, the following video.
That's not necessarily how it happened. That's another point that they're trying to say. It's not. The tribe. Listen to me, Batman. Listen.
Nope.
The tribe that helped us, we helped them take out their enemies. And when we got word that a sister colony up north of Plymouth Rock was going to be attacked by them, the one Indian tribe found out, told the Pilgrims or whatever, and they went and helped their sister colony attack a rival tribe. It wasn't the same tribe that helped us out. It was one of their rivals. They already had internal politics going on. These people have been here how long? You don't think they had their own warfare?
Sorry, Mad, that's not what happened in Walt Disney Presents, and Walt Disney always tells the truth.
Although the thing that always frustrates me is that they always try and blame the white man having an empire, but the Indians and the Africans and whatever all had empire.
Yes, they did.
Where they all slaughtered their enemies.
Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, if we look at most, I mean, this is the reason that Africa, the further you get, the further south you go from the, Northern Europe, basically the lazier people get. They don't really, I mean, they go out and they do the odd bit of slaughtering, but then they just do fuck all. They just sit around and do nothing. That's why they couldn't maintain the colonies after we left. Lazy bastards.
You go about the North American natives, the SJWs now. Sorry, the NPCs. The white people played them off against each other. Yes, but they were playing the fucking white people off against each other as well. Everybody was
The
using
thing
it.
is, there's no excuse now, because once the colonies left, but when the colonials left, they were left to their own devices. And what did they do? They sat on their arse and did fuck all. They didn't maintain any infrastructure. They didn't do anything. And then look at Zimbabwe, right? Grabbed all the land, killed the farmers, and now crying that they can't, feed the population. Like, well, you've made your.
Yeah, they're trying to.
When should we come back and help you again? What, you want us to recolonize you? Yeah, exactly. They want to be colonized again. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I swear to God, we're going back in so many ways. It's like these fuckers at these universities who are now calling for segregation. They want to separate black and white people. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, it's like time is going in reverse.
I am firmly convinced if you bring Dr. Martin Luther King back from the dead, show what was happening now, he'd probably go into fucking Harlem with a machine gun and tear the place up.
Seriously, though. I mean, it's fucking retarded, right? I mean, this is all backwards. We're talking about people who are asking for things that were meant to have been bad, that they now claim they need in order to achieve something good. I mean, talk about through the fucking looking glass. No, I mean, this is real Alice in Wonderland nonsense.
Yeah, and people in India came, the English came and destroyed my country before the English went into India. It wasn't a country. It was little city-states.
Yeah, and by the way, it was the Indians who invited the Queen Elizabeth to become their empress.
Mm-hmm.
It was by invitation only, RSVP,
Well, it's like the East Indians who we were allowed to have independence. They've not actually advanced that much since we've left. They still have a lot of stuff that we left them 60 years ago.
Yeah. And there's still, you've seen those pictures of India where the trains and that, you've got people sitting inside the trains and you've got thousands of people hanging on the outside. It's the same with their fucking their fucking airliners as well.
That would be interesting.
It's the fact that we actually advanced India hundreds of years within
beyond its capability. It has taken long to catch up.
And then, they asked to be on their own, it slowed down again.
Yeah,
as it should do. Yeah, because they're just fucking stupid.
Like I said, they still can't speak English properly.
Yeah, but it's the least of our concerns. But I mean, just generally, like,
this one the phone and you're up every 5 fucking minutes.
If you look at the real quick, if you look at the old colonies in Africa now, there's a power vacuum, and the Chinese are now coming in and helping them rebuild infrastructure, and they're kind of taking over. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they've gone heavily into the gold mining areas.
Yeah, I was going to say the natural resources there.
The thing is,
they really are.
With the Chinese, I think why communism failed collapsed in the USSR, but it won't in China is because it fits very well with the Chinese culture. I mean, it's a very structured culture, isn't it? Very authoritarian culture. It always has been.
Yeah, like the Japanese. Like the Japanese.
Yeah, but the Japanese are very. I find the Japanese are much more innovative than the Chinese.
Oh yeah,
they used to be.
Yeah, by far.
Not until the 70s. I mean, if you go back, if you remember the 60s and 70s, Japan was basically doing the same thing as China is doing now. It was a manufacturing base. So a lot of companies would get stuff made by them, but they didn't do any personal innovation. It was only once they saw the value and then started to create their own companies like, Sony and that sort of stuff. They ended up then becoming innovators. And the same thing with China. And so China at the moment is not a particularly good innovator. You can see that with a lot of the quality of the products, right? They're pretty shit.
Yeah.
And back in the 70s, it was a joke about the, if you had something that was, something broke, it was Japanese because it was shit.
Yeah.
Now you don't say that, right? Because they've become the respected brands. China is currently at the same stage as Japan was back in the about late 70s.
It's
but they'll catch up very quick though, because they're inscrutable little fuckers. Small, but they're mean.
Jensen, are you laughing at the chat? Are you?
No, I'm actually picturing the whole concept of a bunch of Chinese dudes like little chihuahuas biting and snapping.
Yeah.
But another thing about them is that they'll take whatever they say and try and make something that's fake from it, because like the amount of like phones and cars that they'll make, which are exact replicas of phones and cars out there, they don't really try to make their own thing anymore.
That's what I mean. But the thing is that's because they're getting in the same way as Japan used to do that. But once they got the innovation, because they haven't had a history of this, right? Remember, China's been totally disconnected from the rest of the world, and they've been denied really technology, and they were never taught programming skills or anything at school. So you got generations, that are now starting to develop the skill sets that you need. The computer analytics, the engineering skills, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But once you release them, though, because fucking hell, there's a lot of those little fuckers. There's a lot of them.
Oh yeah. Do you think that's why they're stealing our intellectual property left and right, because they can't innovate themselves?
And apparently, rabbits breed like Chinese.
Well, of course, they're stealing it because they want to learn from it, so they can then take what you have, then they can become the innovators, which is exactly what Japan did. Which is why your car industry ended up being subsumed under the a lot of Japanese imports. You had all of the electronics that suddenly got imported into America, because they not only did they take what was there and improve on it, but that's the stage that China's currently going through. It's going through that, take what you have and improve on it. They're not improving on anything at the moment. They're still making the cheap tat, but they will.
Steel is all the steel that they're trying to make, and then they're trying to sell it off for less than what it's worth. The steel. Well, anyway,
and also start dominating markets like Sony did, or Toyota and the car manufacturers in Japan. When they did all of their stuff. Oh, I tell you, you got to remember the numbers, and they've also built all of these cities in advance, prepared for this. A lot of people said those ghost cities were a sign of China's failure. That's not. That's a sign of forward planning.
Oh, real quick, Doku's in the chat. It looks like he created a little havoc in his household. Congratulations, buddy. I guess they're accusing him of defending Trump, which he didn't. I would. Go all in, my friend. Go all in.
Balls deep, buddy.
Man, it's not a family holiday unless there's a fight.
Right?
Yeah, don't you know not to bring up politics at Thanksgiving dinner, Doku? But hey, you already fucked up, so go for it. Go all in.
Slam those nuts.
But no,
make Thanksgiving great again, Doku.
Make Thanksgiving great again,
yes. That would be a good hat.
Yes.
But I mean, I just think it's funny how every holiday. I mean, what are they going to come up for Christmas? Santa's too white.
Yes.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're going to say.
Well, yes, because originally St. Michael was he was Turkish, wasn't he?
Try St. Nicholas.
St. Nicholas, sorry, was Turkish. Yeah. St. Nick was. So he's a turkey. So,
yeah.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
but then you can't really say if he's brown or white, to be honest, because at that point in history, they weren't really any of either. You know, in some parts.
No, it's because they were just mucky. They didn't have good.
No, but that's not fair.
They didn't wash much.
Aren't the reindeer brown? I mean, come on, there's some diversity here. What color are the elves?
Oh god.
I don't know, but I want to know how the fuck Rudolph got that STD on his nose.
Rudolph's female.
Ass kissing.
Isn't one of the origin points?
So it's not pink eye; it's red nose.
Isn't one of the origin points of that?
He was rimming.
One of the origin points of Santa Claus? A Turkish guy. The idea comes from a few different sources, from what I remember. There's Turkish, there's Russian, there's Norwegian, there's German.
Well, just
but the original, but St. Nicholas is originally. I mean, that's where it stems from. That's the heritage of it. And it's Turkish fable.
St. Nicholas.
It also comes from there's also pre-Christian Celtic influences in it as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, Christmas itself, I mean, obviously it's got fuck all to do with...
No, Santa Claus isn't based off Odin.
Santa Claus...
So basically, Bruni is saying that Santa Claus is this large one-eyed fella, who sends messages with ravens and kills his enemies. Nice one.
It's
We've seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed, not Thor the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Sorry, Jason.
Is the closest to Christ because Odin was hanged on a tree as well as Christ was hanged on the cross.
So was Osiris, I believe, and Mithras as well.
Yeah,
they both rose 3 days after they died.
Oh, there's plenty of them. They're all the same.
Oz has a good question in the chat. He wants to know, do the elves get paid a living wage? I would like to add to that. What about the female
$15 for those fucking elves. That's what somebody should do. It's like a $15 demand for the elves.
What about the women elves? Is there a wage gap there?
Actually, don't use elves anymore. They're too expensive. He uses Chinese shops.
Somebody needs to do something on that. That'd be so funny. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think scientists want to build the Santa Claus from Futurama anyway.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Xmas. You've been a naughty boy.
Futurama.
You down.
I've checked my list twice and you're a naughty boy.
It's kind of scary coming from Robin. I mean, insert gay joke here.
Okay.
Oh, you know what's tattooed on his ass as well.
Well,
I was just an ass, but I've never been fucked in the ass, though.
Wow, how did we go there?
This is all getting very queer.
But no, seriously, do the elves get paid a living wage? What the fuck? Is that slave labor? Is Santa Claus the only one in the world other than the Libyans doing slavery?
I guess maybe that's why he said that.
What about the working conditions? I mean, are they doing risk assessments? I think we need a few human resources people to go up and check.
Well,
like OSHA in America.
Yeah. Oh, and surely we have to regulate it, right? Because it's going to influence it's going to influence the market economy. So we're going to have to regulate Santa.
Yeah, and I say they start the Elf Union 101 immediately and unionize. It's time to go on strike.
Oh, a bunch of commie elves. They're already dressed in red anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah.
They don't even have to change uniforms.
What if they get unionised and they want health benefits?
Please don't do the National Health Service joke.
Oh. Where the fuck did you dig that up from? I thought that one had been burned.
All right, we only have a little bit of time left today. Let's talk about Black Friday. You guys don't even celebrate.
Hold on. You can't call it that. You've got to call it African American Friday now.
Yeah.
No, ethnically diverse.
Yeah, that's Friday. Ethnically diverse Friday. Yeah.
But you guys don't even have Thanksgiving. Why the fuck do you guys have a Friday shopping deal after Thanksgiving when you don't celebrate Thanksgiving?
It's only because we just got it from you guys. We just adopted it. We should never have done it. Companies just thought it'd be a good way of making quick money. That's all. Well, exactly the same reason as your companies do it. They just extended it over here. It has absolutely no relevance whatsoever, and it's a new thing. It only came over a couple of years ago.
Yeah, because over there you'll go, oh yeah, we've got these things on that you can buy things. So less it's like, oh yeah, I can buy this big HD screen for £5 less. Oh wow.
Such a sight.
Yeah, nobody storms anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen what it's like over there. It's like the fucking, the peasants at the, Frankenstein's fucking gates.
let us in.
We don't have that.
I want to see a similar scene, but outside Theresa May's house.
Yes, yeah.
Kill the monster.
Don't, Theresa, don't.
That's it.
Burn it.
We can chase her up to the Tower of London and then burn her.
I bet she has got beehives with a white fucking stripe through it there,
Fucking hideous crone.
Well, do you think that they crowd the stores here because we actually get deals? Because, yeah, it's not just $5 off. Like, everything is like 75% off and shit.
Hey, is it true that Mad? Is it true that the theme for Black Friday is Mortal Kombat?
Pretty much.
It's actually more like it's more like The Walking Dead. Actually, I mean, it's the true fucking definition of The Walking Dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I just thought about this. Poor 40 ounce, he works at a fucking department store. Oh no. Oh, that poor fucker.
I bet you his insurance premiums spike over the period.
He's in my group.
Yeah, does he have freaking trample insurance?
He has to get specially insured on Black Friday. An extra 20% premium.
But I mean, I'm surprised it spread over there because, they call it Black Friday. It's Friday because it's always the Friday after Thanksgiving. That's why it's a Friday. But it's Black Friday because most of these stores are in the red all year long until this Friday, and then they get into the profit margin.
Oh, I thought it was called
the black.
I thought it was called Black Friday because all the bruises what women come back with.
Ooh.
Oh, but it's weird because, like you say, it's Black Friday, but then you say they're in the red until this day, so they go from the red into the black. It's all confusing to me.
Well, they could hardly the communists to try and take over, wouldn't they?
It's basically for the year-end figures, right? It's a good way of boosting numbers so that they get their quarterly figures.
True.
And it shows volume, and plus it's a great way of clearing shit because you got new stuff coming in. Because in a new year, the way they cycle, different products and stuff, it's a great way of getting rid of stuff that you want to get rid of.
Yeah, because I'm aware that over there there's certain brands of stuff which is the exact same price all year round, even though hardly anyone is going to actually go buy the product. They'll actually keep the price up on purpose because they want to try and force as much out of you as they can.
I can remember the January sales there. Things literally were half price, and yeah, you went shopping during the January sales. It was a fucking fight.
Yeah, but the thing is, the best time to go shopping is not in the January sales. Everyone thinks that that's like the play, the one to do. No, you leave it till February. Nobody's got any fucking money.
Yeah,
you see the prices of things slump in February, right? Because everyone's got their gas bills and electric bills and everything that have come over from Christmas and the winter. So I mean, and obviously the cost of Christmas and stuff. Nobody's got any money. I mean, if you want to haggle, if you want to go down and actually haggle with somebody, that is the time to do it. February is the best time to buy, especially if you want a car.
Hey kids, we're celebrating Christmas February.
There you go.
I had a car for $1,000 last year. We're just gonna.
I had a friend of mine, a guy I used to work with and stuff. I mean, he was a tight-fisted bastard, but I mean, he was clever with it. But he would buy everything in like the late January sales, early February, period, and he stored them in his attic, and they would be the Christmas presents for the next year. And he always gave better presents than anybody else did. I mean, it wasn't necessarily something that you'd ask for, but it was still good quality because he could get twice the value, that he could have if he'd have bought it in June or July or something.
Thanks, Uncle Ernie. Just what I wanted. A tiny tears doll.
Oh no, it was cool. No, he was cool about it because he always got he got you something relevant.
He knew what you wanted.
He got you something relevant. I mean, yeah, exactly. Like he got me a CD player one time. No. And I mean, this is the thing. I ended up feeling like such a cheap cunt because I mean, you know what I mean. My present, I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely a lot less valuable than what a CD player would have cost had I bought it at that time. But he bought it back in February, and he probably got it for $5. But it would have been 30 quid if I'd have had to buy it at the time when I was going shopping for Christmas presents. Because most people really start Christmas shopping in November, December, and they know to put the prices.
Well, I do.
And he's a smart guy.
I remember
smart. Well, no, not cheap.
Remember when Furbies were the thing and they sold out everywhere? I remember hearing a story on I remember a story on the news. These two ladies fighting over the last Furby doll in the fucking store, and they were fist fighting it out in the toy aisle.
Where do you think they got the idea for the Schwarzenegger movie, Jingle All the Way?
Oh, dude, that movie is awesome. I like that movie.
I mean, that's because of the Furby thing.
But you're retarded.
Whatever. Sinbad's hilarious in that movie.
No, Cabbage is right. You're retarded.
See?
Go watch A Christmas Story for the 100th time. Fucking that shit's getting boring. You'll shoot your eye out.
I'll fucking shoot my brains out if that one more time.
Yep.
Scrooge.
Well, actually, Jason, all you need to do is lift off your skull and throw it away.
No, just try and get the crowbar is jammed in my head and take it out. That would end me.
I don't know. We always watch those old school fucking cartoons or whatever. I mean, they almost look like they're claymation. The Rudolph and the
oh yeah,
Frosty the Snowman, all that shit.
The classic.
Frosty the Snowman wants to be introduced to a flamethrower.
Yes.
or Frosty the Snowman wants a bag of salt dumped on him.
Isn't that the one with the poor neglected toys no one wanted?
Yeah, the Misfit Toy Island or whatever. Yeah, Island of Misfit Toys. There we go. Yeah. The stupid elf wants to be a dentist. Yeah.
What?
Why would you want to be a dentist? They got one of the highest suicide rates. And you already an elf. It's not like you haven't got enough problems on your plate. And then you want to become a dentist. That's a suicidal. He needs an intervention.
I'm just glad that Santa and his elves aren't real. I mean, can you imagine if it were, the SJWs would be fucking haranguing him for like oppressing the elves. You know what they're like. Then we'd get people like Riley Dennis wouldn't be just a transgender anymore. He'd be trans elf.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I really only in my mind I'm only 3 foot tall.
Yeah, but I'm 87 years old.
Oh yeah, happy birthday!
Because don't forget now you can also claim your age, right? Because I got that guy who wants to change his fucking age.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Because it's inconvenient. Yeah. Oh, great! I'm going straight to 65 and I'm retiring. Fucking A.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, get your senior citizens discount.
That's it. Get my bus pass.
I knew you wanted your.
Get my motherfucking bus pass.
Well, I should go by measure my age by Martian years, and I'd only be 37.
What are you, a woman trying to age yourself down? Get your fucking bus pass, homie.
Hey, talking about Martian years, in Martian years, mad here is about 500.
500?
Yeah,
I'm only 34.
500 in Martian years, that's like 1,000.
Nice. Yeah, I'm as old as Moses was when he died. Sweet.
Yeah, and you look about the same.
Ouch.
Oh, gosh.
That was a little harsh, Batman.
Yeah, you mean man.
That's it. I'm going to tell everybody your secret identity. It's Bruce motherfucking Wayne, all right?
It is?
Oh, damn. I'd never heard that one before. I am so upset.
Hey, at least you're not Superman. You just take off your glasses. Bam, I'm somebody else. No, dude. No, you're not.
You look very familiar to me. Who are you, really? Nobody.
Yeah. He has the same effect if he takes off his codpiece.
At least I've got something to put in it, Cabbage.
Well, no, I think that's the reason that it's so memorable. It's just, some things are hard to forget.
I don't want to know what you and Batman redeem in each other.
I
That's
don't
between
want
you two.
Jason, what the hell are you doing?
What do you mean?
Actually, said to us. Don't tell us.
Yeah. He's thinking about your codpiece. That's what it is. Robin's thinking about Batman's codpiece. I triggered him.
I think he's thinking about getting a bit of cabbage, actually.
No, mate, I'm not into cabbage.
Codpiece,
I'm into hot pussy.
Just we can hear some very odd noises coming from you, Jason.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rubbing. A lot of rubbing and scraping going on.
Because I am laid down on my side in bed. That's why.
Yeah.
He is fapping. Let's just accept this.
What?
You're fapping, sir. You're having a
Oh,
wank.
fapping. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am not fapping. Fuck you.
So,
Sounded
Jensen,
like a lot of friction.
Jensen, you're going to be parked outside the store to buy that fucking Furby doll, aren't you?
Sorry, B just spoke all over you saying I'm going to get porked outside the store.
That's what he said.
He did not.
Porked. Yeah, okay, whatever. That works. Go with B's idea. There you go.
She's trying to pimp me. Help! Oh no, she's now admitted she's trying to get me raped. Will someone help, please?
Hey, Cabbage. Rooney in the chat is saying that Oswald Mosley would have been a better leader than Churchill.
No.
Don't know about being a better leader, no. I mean, he was a statesman. No doubt about that.
He was also a fascist. Actually, no, he wasn't a fascist. He was a nationalist.
Yeah, well, you know. Well, he was a nationalist. That's what he was. He tried to protect the interests of Britain and her empire. That's what he was into. But so was Churchill. But I don't think that Mosley had the kind of personality to work, or the abilities actually to be a wartime leader. Because Churchill had served in pretty significantly in the military, whereas Mosley I don't believe had. And we needed a military leader at that time.
Yep.
But one thing, Churchill, though, I tell you what, Mosley would have been a fuck of a lot better than him after the war, because Mosley was actually better with economics, because Churchill couldn't fucking add up.
Yeah, Churchill was a bad piece.
His use of the treasury he was absolutely fucking hideous with money. Never, everything that he ever touched to do with money, it was a fucking disaster.
Yeah, like you said, Churchill was.
He ended up going bankrupt. He had to go and sell his memoirs and things over in America just because otherwise he was going to lose his house.
He went twice.
Yeah, probably. He had absolutely no fucking money.
Well, didn't he drink his fortune away pretty much? That dude fucking drank from the time he woke up to the time.
No, mate. You don't know what kind of fortune. Have you seen where he grew up? No. You don't drink that away.
He was minor nobility, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was.
Like I said, he was a good war leader.
Grew up in a palace.
Terrible peacetime leader.
Yeah, he sucked. No, he blew it just because of bad decisions. Bad investments. That's how he fucked it up.
And before him, Nev Chamberlain, he was a tosspot really, because he was a reformist, and we were in the Depression, and he had enough money. He could have kept the entire country, ticking on, austerity measures, but still comfortable.
Fuck Chamberlain.
But he wanted to do his reforms, so he concentrated all the money in the southeast. And everywhere else in the country was starving. He caused the north-south divide.
There's a good argument for that. Yeah.
Well, that's why people in the southeast, even like somebody who works in a warehouse owns their own home. But nowhere else in the country.
Yeah. But fuck Chamberlain anyway, because peace in our time and all that.
Well,
fuck him. I mean, friggin' idiot. No, he's just a dick.
He's the reason why the Liberals never got into power for 70 fucking years.
Well, good. But unfortunately, it was an expensive way of. Yep. It was an expensive way of avoiding having Liberals for 70 odd years. You know what I mean? I think if we're looking at it pound for pound, it's. I'm sure we could have found a better way of doing it. Certainly, a more economic one.
Now we're sending.
But Churchill.
Cabbage, we're sending the colonials to sleep. What are you laughing at, Jensen?
Yes, well,
yeah, I'm curious.
What is she doing for you? She's what?
What?
Kissing herself laughing. Cabby said pound for pound. And that is making her laugh her ass off.
Are you sure she's finding it funny, or she's just enjoying her little fantasy there?
Oh no, she's dying right now. Oh my god.
Why is pound for pound so funny? Can we get an explanation as to why that triggered her?
It was just the way you said it. Apparently you got a dirty voice.
Pound.
Oh, I see.
Pound.
Pound for pound.
Pounding.
Hold on a minute.
Pound, me too.
Say that again, Tiger.
What?
Say that again.
Pound for pound.
Oh, I've gotten hard.
I've got wood. I'm going in.
Stuff that turkey, babe.
Say it again.
Oh, God, basting has never been so good.
Oh my god.
It's all over the world.
Hey,
Phone
Pet,
ring.
I'll help you with that turkey. I've brought my own thermometer.
Have a banana.
And just so you know, Tiger B got very excited when you started doing that voice.
Are you gonna baste my turkey, bee?
Oh,
Stop saying things like that, please.
yeah, his cat's getting excited now.
No, I am.
Smother.
That's why your cat's getting excited.
Smother me with
Okay,
gravy.
now.
Stop it.
Keep going.
You're gonna kill Robin.
Gravy, the homemade gravy.
The baby making gravy.
I think you'll enjoy my stuffing.
Oh my
God. I'll give you a good battering.
Oh, Lordy.
We're talking turkeys, not deep fried chicken.
No, well, I'm thinking of the southern people. You see, I'm trying to include the Confederate States too.
Please, can we stop this? I'm starting to get a bit excited.
You see that? Because then we will start hearing him fapping. Then the friction will increase.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get control of your stream, Mad. Come on.
I don't know. I'm too busy laughing myself. Sorry. Okay. I don't know. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We've now hit 2 hours, and it is Thanksgiving, so I was thinking about wrapping her up here.
That's what she said.
Yeah, right.
Good choice
I
of
was
words,
sure bits of a mapping up. It's certainly with in chat.
I figured you guys would like that euphemism. I figured it fit at the right time.
No, you didn't. You just got lucky. Don't lie. That wasn't prepared.
Shut up, Cabby. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a debate tomorrow. That all plays out. Good night.
You died there.
I died there because I almost spilled my beer. Debate tomorrow.
Masturbate?
No, knock it off.
Is there a webcam in here?
I'm a cunning linguist.
I'll be in this masturbate.
All right. Good night, good luck, and happy Thanksgiving.